Welcome. This is Country Time Crusher with on Sunday for the weekly Heirloom event. Basically, if you don't know what Heirloom is, I did one recording a while back, but I haven't been able to play for months. Um, it's a format that's based on prices. So there's brackets. Commons can't be cost you more than 5 cents. Uncommons can't cost you more than 10 cents. Rares can't cost you more than 50 cents, I believe, and mythics can't cost you more than a dollar. So it's like a cheaper popper, but it's more open because you can use these kind of weird cards that no one ever used, or they use but have since then not been used. If you go to doesn't matter who I'm talking to. If you go to the main website is MTGO, I'll put it in the comments or the front page when I post this. But if you go here, this is the main page. Under links, you can, well, first it lists all when the events happen. They usually happen, the classic ones happen on Sunday. But there's also a bunch of other things they do, like sealed events. They do, I don't know. It's basically just like Pauper works. You can have standard, so on and so forth. All the types of formats with just this restriction. So you can go to their website, go to links. Down at the bottom, or no, actually, there's two. There's a Heirloom legality card checker, which I use, and the tapped out card search. Both those. The card search is good for like looking up a broad base, and then the legality checkers is good to see, just to double check if your whole deck is legal, just in case something changes. But those two sites I basically use the most to look at what I can build my deck with. Last time I ran a kind of Jund kind of rock deck, and it wasn't too good, or at least I didn't play it too well either. But I tried, the first time I ever played, I tried building a deck like this that I brewed up. I'm not sure if people have ran it before. I've tried doing it in Pauper too, but you just don't have the cards. It's kind of like a non-dredge deck that wants creatures, that uses unearth mechanic. So I'll run through that. Basically, our looters are how we get our stuff into the graveyard. This is really the only card that I almost hard cast aside from some of these unearth guys, which I'll get to later. But I almost don't, unless my hand is maybe has a Spectre in it that I can play on turn 3. I almost never keep a hand that doesn't have a looter. I've never tested aside from Solitaire, so I don't know how it's going to run. But basically the idea is get a bunch of creatures in the graveyard, and then use this Crypt of Agadim or Songs of the Damned to ramp to a bunch of mana to either kill him one of two ways. If you're doing the combo with the Songs or the Crypt, I put in the Comet Storm because, one, if to burn them out, it's nice to go off once with the Songs and try and Comet Storm them, and then if they counter it, then you can go up. Chances are, if I'm playing against a counter deck, I'll probably try this way first. But it's just nice to have a second option that you can try first before you empty your whole graveyard and go for the win. It's also an instant, so you can do it end of turn. And then the other way is just to, get a Cataract Leviathan in your graveyard, either from the Corpse Connoisseur, and then use that mana, bounce all their guys, and, use your guys to bash face. It also works out like because a combo can take a couple turns to get off. It's not the quickest combo. So you can also just every turn, maybe you pump out 2 Extractor Demons and swing for 10. I don't know. I haven't really played against any of the decks, so we'll see how it goes. I put in the Sandstorm main deck. It's relatively easy to hit threshold against the aggressive decks. And I feel like these low drops like Rotting Rats and Dregscape are good against them because you can just chump Uh, 3 Spectres, 4 Extractor Demons, 1 Cataract Leviathan for the bounce, 1 Scourge Devil, I guess. Just can't hurt if maybe you can't cast a Leviathan, you can still pump out enough dudes and then pump them up for the win. And then this Archmage Ascension, if the game goes long, being able to search your deck for the stuff you need is... And this can actually go off if it comes down turn 3 and I have like 2-3 looters out, or a couple of Vista Draggers in hand, it can get online in like 3 turns. I mean like 3 of my upkeeps. And once it's online, I feel like that's the game, because you just search your library for what you need if you already have the looters out, and you just, if not go off that turn, you go off the next turn. So this is a deck. Another strategy of winning is just hard casting your guys and trying to get value off of them, or just every turn taking what you can, unearthing what you can and swinging in if you have a chance. So I feel like it's somewhat positioned to win in multiple ways, but it could just be really bad too. Fixing is 3 Panoramas and a Crumbling 4 Necropolises, and then a couple of basic lands. That's the one weak point about this deck is, I guess, the mana is bad. But that could be fixed maybe. I don't know. I put this together a couple days ago, and I didn't really put too much effort into optimizing it. So it might be a suboptimal build. Next, the sideboard. I'm not sure if Anathemancer is too good in this format, particularly with such a heavy unearth cost. It might be good against control decks, but I'm not quite certain on that. Well, we have negates for, I guess, cards that you want to negate, and flash freeze for, there's like a goblin deck, I believe. There's also White Weenie and stuff like that. So 2 more Sandstorms, because they're basically like Wrath of God. So seems pretty good. 3 Duresses against, I guess, the control matchup. And then Umbra Stalkers, just in case we want more threats. I thought they might work somewhat decent with this deck against a deck that doesn't have very much removal. Another Songs of the Damned. I'm only running 3 Songs of the Damned. I feel like that's enough. But another one just in case. And then another Cataract. And this sideboard I don't feel is too good. I probably should be putting the Anathemancers in. Maybe just taking the Brackwaters out. But the Anathemancers also require red mana, and it's kind of not really this deck's strong suit is pumping out red mana with only 2 mountains and 4 necropolises. So that being said, I kind of left them out. So this is the deck. The event is going to start. I got to go register now, and it'll start at 2. It runs Eastern time, 2 o'clock. Registration begins at 1:30 p.m. And it's, I believe, 4 rounds Swiss. It's made so that you don't have to waste your whole Sunday playing, 7 rounds and then going to top 8 depending on how many people they get. So you're guaranteed it's only going to take probably about 3-4 hours. So maybe a little bit more depending on the matchups. But they also have prize support, I believe. Undefeated records get 5 tickets, 1 loss gets 3 tickets, and then there's a couple door prizes. So I'll post this information in the comment section, or the main page section where the link is posted. So if you're interested, you can start playing. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you in round 1.